Hello and welcome to the Totally Not Biased podcast. Today we're kind of shorthanded, but we're going to make it work. Today we're going to start by recapping the week 2 of the NFL. We'll go over our week 3 predictions and any storylines with that. We'll also start going over the next week just because when you guys see this, week 3 will already be done. So we're going to also go over our week 4 predictions.
So basically we'll be ahead on the next week's games the week prior. So we record on Sundays. It gets posted by Monday. You all don't want to have our opinions of the games the week prior that you just watched. Yeah. You're getting our opinions after the fact. So what we'll do is we'll give our storylines for week 3, what we think is going to happen, how we feel about the teams, and then we'll talk about the next week. So it's basically like an overreaction Sunday is what we're going to start doing, I guess.
And then,
but we'll also recap the previous week on the following week, talk about it a little bit, kind of like what we're doing today. We're going to be betting lines, and we're also going to be picking who we think is going to win. Brennan and Cody aren't here today because they had things going on outside of the podcast. So I do have their picks. I do have what they want us to keep for the record. So
play the Packers next week. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But Anthony, if you want to start, we can just go over week 2. And I'm sure we have a few things to argue about.
We'll just start. we'll just start from the beginning of the week. We'll start from Thursday. We'll start from the Chiefs-Chargers game. I'm actually upset I didn't watch this game.
Oh, you didn't?
I kept track of it, but I didn't exactly watch it.
It was fucking crazy, man.
I know Justin Herbert got hurt.
Yeah.
But I'll let you take the forefront.
So I caught the second half of this game, and it's kind of blurry because it was late. But anyways, Kansas City looked really good.
Where were they at?
They were in, I think, Los Angeles, weren't they? No, they were at home. They were in Kansas City.
They were in Kansas City?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would have had the Chiefs win it. I would have had the Chiefs win in that
I'm
game
actually
either way.
Pretty excited if this is what these games are going to end up looking like between these two for the next couple of years. Then we're going to see some pretty exciting football from the AFC West. Outside of the other two teams that have kind of disappointed this year, and we will have something to talk about with those two teams. But if we look at the stats, if it would pull up, well, either way,
I just think it's funny that people. I'm not trying to be that person, but I just think it's funny that people thought fucking Mahomes was just going to drop.
They're
off
just going to bury him.
Left.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit.
They were
like,
"Oh, Tyreek made Mahomes." No, Mahomes.
We did our predictions. I had this team still winning 11 games, but missing the playoffs, just because I thought the class of the AFC West was coming out of Los Angeles and Vegas. I thought they were going to be a lot better.
Vegas should be a lot better.
Vegas, they could turn it around, but 0-2 start, especially against against the Chargers, which that's a division loss already. And then who did they play last week?
Who?
The Raiders.
The Raiders, they played
well, we can look at it.
Who did
right
they
here.
play last week?
They played the Cardinals. Yeah, that game. Fuck, we're going to talk about that. That was a wild game.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to wrap up this first game, they are really starting to step up their Thursday night slates. I think
they should.
They really are making.
We shouldn't get boring primetime games.
Yeah, like fucking Houston and
zero reason to
and Jacksonville or some shit like years past where.
If you
but they've got to start set a cast on that, like Amazon's got. Don't they have Troy Aikman and
Amazon got?
Yeah, they got Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. So they got to make the most of that talent. And dude, it was just it was a very explosive game, I would say. And then
how many people you think were pissed off they couldn't find the game? They're like,
that was a big issue. I heard about that. Apparently, there's been issues with Sunday Ticket too, according to Nick Wright. But we don't have Sunday Ticket. I don't use Sunday Ticket, so I don't know. But we can move on from this game.
The next game I want to talk about because it's fucking. I feel so fucking sorry for Lamar. I don't know what else this motherfucker's got to do. I mean, he had the game. When your fucking defense just lets. I mean, and I understand it's fucking Tyreek and
Jalen
Waddle, but you can't give up 28 points in the fourth quarter. You can't.
Man,
their offense is so electric, but when you have that, I mean, it was, what was it? It was fucking.
It was
35
to 14.
Yeah, 35-14 going into the fourth quarter. You just don't lose those games. Yeah, and they can't even blame Lamar. There's nothing that you can blame on Lamar.
Yeah,
he played fucking incredible
at an MVP level pretty much every game. Even if they've had they've just played 2 games. They played the Jets week 1. No shit, they were going to win that game. But in this game, it's busted coverages. Their defense really fucking just.
They're too quick.
In that fourth quarter, they were in terms of clutch. I don't know. They get a 1 out of 10 on that. Just their skill for that. It was just terrible.
I will say this just because I've been a hater. I really like. Yeah. I really like how good.
Yeah,
Tua
you need to take accountability here.
I really liked. I really liked how good Tua looked. I mean, he showed me that
6 touchdowns.
Yeah, and fucking what was it, 400?
Yeah. Between the 2-star receivers, they had like a 370, 370 or something like that.
They both had. It was like Tyreek had like 150 and 2, and Jalen was right there behind him, but he had 2 touchdowns too.
Yeah,
that fucking.
And both those guys are capable of that because they're the 2 fastest NFL.
It's crazy. I'm not
they're
trying
probably
to
the fastest NFL players.
I told you that Jalen was better than Devontae. Devontae told you that Jalen was better than him.
Chill the fuck out. We need to stop this.
Jalen's that fucking.
Jalen Waddle is a really good football player.
Jalen's that fucking.
I think he may end up being a Pro Bowler here in the next couple of years. Hopefully,
he might be this year. Fuck the way that.
All I know is that Brennan wanted me to touch on this just for a minute. He wanted me to touch on an idea that he had. He was saying that potentially, between the bowl predictions we had, and what episode was that? 2, I think. It was one of the first couple episodes. Whoever's closest on their 3 bowl predictions should get some sort of reward from the rest of the guys in the podcast.
Like what?
I don't know. He didn't really specify, but he was like, because you're.
What we even were?
Huh?
Well, Cody's not fucked because they're going. They're going far. I'm trying to think of what.
But mine was like. Eagles or the Dolphins make a Super Bowl.
Fuck
3
that.
NFC East teams make the playoffs, and then I had 5 5,000-yard passers, which that looks like it's going to be on track.
I bet on fucking CD to be good.
No, you said that if the Cowboys are going to be like playoff contenders, and CD is going to be like a leading receiver in the NFL. Which we can specify what that means, and we can actually get something out of you with that. But you had the Commanders winning the fucking East. You had
we'll see today.
What was the other one?
They're dangerous.
What was the other one?
Justin Jefferson
winning triple count. I mean that's not
out of.
Yeah,
we'll see today. I mean the Commanders could fuck y'all up.
But yeah. In terms of this game, this is basically like a middle finger to you, other than like Lamar pretty much going off. Tua really came to show out.
Should have never been in the position.
Is this like Mitch Trubisky's 6-touchdown game where it's going to be forgotten within the next couple of years?
I mean, I don't think
because I don't think Tua is bad. I just don't think he's like super. Like I don't think he's an MVP level quarterback or anything. But if he continues to play well and makes these guys look like all pro receivers, I don't really see this team being any worse than like a high wild card team. Because I still like the Bills a lot. And they play this week.
Yeah, the Dolphins and Bills play today.
They play at 1 o'clock. So that's right around the corner. We're going to figure out really what team, deserves to be the class of that division.
Do we even need to talk about this next game?
Yes, we do. Because it's another comeback by, Broadway Joe Flacco.
I'm telling you, bro.
Joe Flacco's trash, man.
Zach Wilson's not starting when he comes back.
You think so?
You ride the hot hand. If they're thinking about if they're thinking about
ride the hot hand with a shitty team.
I mean,
they barely beat the Browns.
It don't matter.
Oh my god, their offense was inept the first half.
It's the Jets. They're not good.
I don't give a shit if you win this game.
The quarterback situation for the Browns.
It's real emotional. They were real fucking hype in the locker room after the game, but Joe Flacco ain't it. We're not.
Zach Wilson ain't it either.
We just had the last chance you quarterback. Zach Wilson is not going anywhere. He's going to end up being the starter. He's their best quarterback.
That says
he has
a
the
lot
most talent
of
any of them. So, dude.
That says a lot about that team if he's their best quarterback.
The thing about Cleveland, they are easily the best rushing team in the NFL right now.
They
run the ball as
they are a top
good as
team
anybody
in the NFL if they just had a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, Amari has been back-to-back 100-yard games and has a touchdown.
Brissett didn't look bad in this game, though. I don't think he was necessarily the reason they lost. It's just that they gave up a lot of points late to a fucking 38-year-old quarterback, which, dude, you can't fucking do that with Joe Flacco. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Corey Davis.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's the thing. Whenever the criticism I had of the Jets week 1 was that they didn't get their receivers, like, they didn't get in the end zone with, like, their best receivers. Like, Garrett Wilson's probably their best receiver. I don't know.
Garrett Wilson is one of the, like, lead leaguers and, like, one of the league leaders in targets. Like,
in
zone targets. No,
in end zone targets.
End zone targets,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, he needs to just cash it in, I guess. I don't know. The fucking Jets are trash. The Browns are going to be trash until they get Deshaun Watson, I feel. So we can move on. We can go to this next game.
I mean, if Big Chubb's doing what he's doing, I mean, he's RB2 in fantasy.
And Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt, too. He's been pretty good.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with fantasy, though. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, fantasy's pretty, it's pretty wild. But moving on to the third game of last week, we're going to talk about Washington at Detroit. Washington loses on the road to Detroit by 9, 27-36.
Detroit's going to be dangerous against any team they play this year. That's just the facts of it. They're way better. Their coaching's better. Aiden Hutchinson had 3 fucking sacks in this game.
Yeah.
It was like
when and that's the thing about Aiden. Whenever week 1, he really didn't get home on the pass rush that he was trying to,
Yeah.
He didn't really succeed in terms of getting sacks or whatever. But their defensive line is pretty ferocious considering they're young and their defense all over the field is young. But the Lions' offense may be one of the best in the NFL just because they've got that guy. Like, even with DeAndre Swift being limited through the game because he got a snap count, he was still pretty dominant. And Amon-Ra St. Brown, I don't know if this is an overreaction. I saw this a lot talking about, like, reactions for the last week of the NFL. A lot of people are saying that he's capable of being like a top 5 receiver.
That's so hard. I don't think so.
I don't know if he's there yet, but given his production over the last 10 games, he has 8 games straight of at least 8 catches and a touchdown. Well, that's a record. That's an NFL record. Nobody else has ever done that.
That's something, because I saw something that had him. They were saying that Amon-Ra already is better than, like, Terry McLaurin and, like, wide receivers of that echelon. And I was like,
I mean, I would definitely put him in the conversation of, like, if I had to get, I would put him up there with, like, Jalen Waddle for sure, I think he's as good.
So what do you think lost them this game? Because Carson played great, 30 for 46 for 337 yards and 3 touchdowns.
They had the same exact struggles the Eagles did in week 1. They could not get the Lions off the field, and they tackled like shit. They really couldn't get DeAndre Swift down, even when.
But everybody cared.
I feel like their game plan, the things they're going to go with all year for the Lions is basically like establish the run game early. If they can get it going, then Jared's allowed to do a lot of play action, deep bombs with St. Brown going down the field. He's better than most players that are guarding him. So I don't know. I think the Lions are dangerous. They play the Vikings this week.
They're dangerous.
So
yeah, and I could very well. What is the line on that? I could very well see them covering.
I actually think that I think the Lions are favored, but it may be by less than 3. Just open it. Here, just open up that one. Yeah, it's on there.
Oh, it's this one.
Yeah. They're a touchdown and a half.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah,
please.
We're gonna talk about the lines for this week.
Please, they're covering on that. Easy.
God damn, that's fucking insane.
Easy.
The Lions are not that bad, guys.
No,
they're not that bad.
Not.
They're
I wouldn't be surprised
way
if the
better
Lions
than
beat
a
them.
touchdown underdog against the Vikings, especially on the road. Like they gave the Commanders. Well, they've been at home the first 2 weeks, so maybe that's why. Maybe it's because they're on the road this week that's why the line is what it is. But they are not 3.5 points worse than the Vikings.
I'm perfectly okay with skipping this next game.
What is it?
It's the Jaguars and the Colts.
We do need to touch on it. I thought that Carson was the problem, Indy.
No.
Hey, Jim Irsay, I thought that Carson Wentz was the problem. What the fuck is this? They get blown out. 0-24. The Colts lose on the road to Jacksonville. Doug Peterson gets his revenge, quote unquote, against Frank Reich. And they are leading the division. Jacksonville's leading the AFC South.
We were wrong about
which I don't know. The expectation for the Colts, they're not meeting even the lowest bar.
No.
They're not even competitive.
This is a failure of a year so far. I mean,
I understand that they were
game
missing Michael Pittman. I understand that, and their weapons aren't necessarily the greatest. But
Jags.
you had a quarterback that was able to make plays, and how many years has Matt Ryan been in the NFL? Like a 15-year vet, and he can't get at least a fucking field goal? Like
Jonathan Taylor. I mean, you have that offensive line. You have that defense who's good.
Yeah.
I just don't
I'll
know
tell you what's
wrong with the
dominant
Colts.
about the Jaguars. They're fucking edge rushers, man. Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen.
Trayvon Walker's
These dudes, they're going to be the class of the South for a while.
But I mean,
nobody's
like,
going to be touching them.
You have a fucking, like, you go, so you throw an interception on your first drive.
Yeah.
They go down and score. You punt on your next drive. But you've got 5 plays for 5 yards.
Yeah, they can't sustain drives because they try to run the ball on their first 3 downs. And
4 plays for negative 6 yards.
Well, we can't fucking throw. It's 4th down. And then they get behind the 6, and their offensive line probably hasn't lived up to what they should be, I guess.
6 plays for 9 yards.
You can't put it directly on them. They've got to play better, all of them. They've got to coach better. The coaching, if you can't make an adjustment and get at least 3 points against a team who's been picking in the number 1 pick for the last 2 years, I don't care what you say, bro. And he's going to be picking in the top 10 this year.
They should.
I
mean, if they're playing like this, they fucking should.
They've already tied. They've already lost.
Take a quarterback.
Their record isn't going to be great.
I don't think they should have moved on from Carson. I'm not sitting here and saying Carson.
I do think Carson Wentz is a better quarterback than Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Even despite his lows, like his highs are far more potential than Matt Ryan has ever had. Even though he's won an MVP, Carson Wentz has been on that arc before. So the Colts are a mess. We can move on from them if you want. We'll move on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints.
This is a very boring game.
It was. And that's the thing about whenever you talk about the NFC at the top, Tampa Bay can't get their offense going. And I think
they tried really hard to establish the run game, and they don't have the receivers that they had last year. I mean, like, they had Antonio Brown, which did help. They had a healthy
a lot of their guys went down during this game, too.
Yes.
Like, they didn't have Chris Godwin going in. Mike Evans got fucking kicked out. Then they had Julio Jones was out, right?
Julio was he
didn't even play.
And
so
he might not play this week.
You got Tom Brady throwing to Scotty Miller and Russell Gage. I don't think he's very happy about that.
For a team, I mean, I'm
no
happy.
wonder he doesn't look like he's happy and he's throwing fucking tablets on the ground because these guys are not good around him.
I'm happy I'm happy just because Tom Brady finally got a win at Tampa Bay against them. But this is always going to be the problem with Jameis. You're going to have, 3 turnovers in the fourth quarter. That's why you lose games.
To
3
me,
interceptions.
I think it's not as much of an indictment on Jameis just because Tampa Bay did this to the Cowboys they did the same thing to the Cowboys week 1.
Yeah, but Cooper Rush also
making a decent offense look like they don't know how to play football, which
this is Devin White even said it. He was like, our defense has always been good. He turned the ball over 30 times. Like, you can't. That's always what you're going to get with Jameis. You're going to get really high highs, and you're going to get really low lows, and you're just going to have to deal with the median of it. That's just the matter of it. I like the Saints. I wouldn't have had them favored in this game just because of Tom Brady, but Tom Brady doesn't even look like Tom Brady, and that's going to get taken. The wide receiver core is not there, but that's going to get taken advantage of.
I don't want to overblow it. I think that whenever they get their receiving core back, they should be good. It's just a matter of time. They've got to get their guys healthy, and then they should get on. They should get rolling, get on a decent pace.
I hope, because it really looks like something's wrong with Brady.
There is good NFC football outside of just Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah,
like the Rams. The Rams
okay.
looked good this week in a very close game against Atlanta.
Close game.
And
clearly
the Eagles.
Too,
the Eagles are the best team in the NFC.
I had some people.
I think we'll talk about it.
The Eagles are the best team in the NFC.
We'll talk about it.
I don't hate that.
We'll talk about it.
This next fucking one, I'm so happy to talk about this because I got clowned by a fellow friend of ours who was a Panthers fan. Hey, I just want to let you know, Austin, your team fucking sucks.
They fucking suck, buddy.
Baker isn't it. And anybody that thinks Baker is it, anybody that thinks Baker is the fucking savior for any team going forward, you need to look at these games because he's not. You don't like. And I'm not even sitting here and saying you don't lose to the Giants because the Giants' defense looks fucking good. And Thibodeau has.
They got a lot of young, good players.
Thibodeau hasn't even played. They got a bunch of young kids who listen really well, and they are always in place. Yeah. This looks, not saying that this is a Belichick run defense, but they are acting like a Belichick run defense. We're not the best. We don't have the
Brian Daboll, he knows how to get He knows how to get drives in the end zone. That's the thing. Like, even with a limited quarterback, they're still capable of getting 19 points whenever New York's been one of the worst offenses over the last, half decade. They've been fucking terrible. The thing about the Panthers, though, is that they can't get their game plan to work because the game plan typically runs through Christian McCaffrey, and he's not up to speed yet. He's been out for a fucking year.
Well, he's on the injury report already.
Yeah, but he's going to play. He'll be all right. It's just
Matt
Rule is a disgrace.
It's not even Matt Rule.
Matt Rule's
he has
terrible.
no talent to work with.
No, they don't make adjustments.
Four good players.
They're not good about putting their players in the right position to win.
J.C. Horn, Brian Burns, Christian McCaffrey when he's healthy, DJ Moore. That's really all you got. I don't want to be the one that hates on this team. This team sucks, and Baker is not it. And I don't know.
We can move on from this game. I'm just saying that the Giants fans should not be as uppity about their team.
No,
they're not going to be they're not going to be good at the end.
I'm excited about this next one too because somebody next to me.
Oh shit!
Bet wrong.
Damn.
Did I not say we were going to cover? We just had that much more offense than them.
Just that
all
much
I'm going
more.
to give it. Our defenses, both, which is fucking crazy to say with the amount of Steelers.
How much y'all score in week 1? 7? So you're averaging fucking 12 points a game.
I don't give a fuck. We're 1-1. Kiss my ass.
Who y'all play this week? I know y'all play. Y'all play the motherfucking.
We play. Who do we play?
Don't y'all play the Giants?
No, we play the Ravens.
No, the Cowboys play the Giants. Y'all play the
It's
Ravens?
fun, yeah.
Oh fuck! It's over.
It's gonna be fun.
I
don't know. Our defense is good.
I'm checking the line on that. Come on.
It's I think it's 3.5. I think, or something like that. It's not a big line.
What?
Maybe. I don't know. I was talking to. I had.
What the fuck? I went way past it. Hold on. Let's see.
You're in the next week because me and my
what?
Yeah, me and that's why. Well, because
it's down to 2.5.
Me and a friend were making bets because he's going over to Indiana and putting in bets and stuff. And I was like, we were gonna put that in the parlay. I was like, don't. That'll be the one that fucks us. I just don't trust it. I don't trust it. I mean, I'm not saying that we're going to pull because we don't have the offense and Jacoby Myers isn't going to play. I'm pretty sure Jacoby Myers is out. But, I mean...
Well, he's been in the doghouse anyway. You see he had some criticism of Belichick where, in years past, y'all knew what the fuck you were doing, and now it's just nobody knows what the fuck's going on offense.
Nobody knows what's going on because nobody's good on offense. We
Nobody's
don't have good
offense.
Receivers. Our best player is Damian Harris. Our offensive line looks good. We still have a top offensive line. It's just we don't have receivers. That's
what about Nelson Aguilar, man?
I love Nelson.
That fucking play he had.
He went 6 for 6. He caught all his targets. 6 for 6 for 100-something yards and touchdown. And he lost on somebody.
He's been good. He's just never reached that consistent potential.
That's the thing is we have Devontae Parker is a good receiver at 3.
They just don't get
Nelson Aguilar is a good receiver.
So
at
why
the
not
slot
scheme?
or 4.
Why not scheme these guys that have very clearly have talent open and make it way easier for them?
Because we have a defensive
because
coach
you don't have an offensive coach.
You
don't have an offensive coach.
We just plan on running
the
ball.
entire staff. You
which
don't have
is fine.
one.
I'm okay with running the ball. I'm okay with
that's
being
a good
a middle of the pack team this year because that's what I expect of this team.
You don't want that though.
We don't. I don't have a choice. I can't help this. We don't have. If we don't have the receivers, I'm not putting us to be a great team. Now we get a receiver or something. We work something out. And we can get a receiver because we do have the most money going into the offseason next year. We have the most money out of every team. So we'll have money to spend. It's just as long as we don't have receivers, we're not going to be able to do it. Because Mac Jones is still Mac. Mac is good. Mac is every time we turn around, Mac is showing you that.
Yeah,
I'm
not going
to fucking do this.
I'm not blaming Mac. I just don't think
the
the personnel in the coaching staff. It's
abysmal.
Just not.
I'm not even worried about the coaching
you
staff.
You like Bill Belichick, obviously, but it's just you put yourself in such a situation where you're doing the Alabama shit where every fucking offensive coordinator is going and getting a job.
Our fucking wide receiver core is about
Why not
as
call
bad
Bill
as
O'Brien? Why not
this year?
get someone back in there that knows offensive football and understands the system? Why not do that? For the sake of your quarterback. He's in his second year. So I think that this is one of those things where, for this season, I'm not going to really be evaluating Mac Jones the way I would a normal guy because it's not fair to him.
I think
to cast him aside whenever this team doesn't have an offensive coach. at all, like on the entire roster.
Yeah, but
there's not a single fucking offensive.
If he plays even comparable to what he did last year, then honestly, this year needs to speak volumes for him.
Yeah,
that's why I'm not afraid to evaluate him because these are the times that I don't see us getting worse. We're not getting worse with time. Like if anything, we're going to be better next year.
Yeah. Well, let's keep rolling. We should probably speed up a little. We've got the Falcons at the Rams. They lose 27-31. The Rams looking pretty good. Finally getting back on track and getting a dub. I didn't watch this game either, unfortunately. But based off of the score, looks pretty good for the Rams. I don't know.
Are the Falcons going to be a fighter too? Or are they going to be?
This is literally what they did all year last year. They were in every single game, and then they won stupid fucking games and had 7 wins. You don't get it. You shouldn't. It's ridiculous.
I love it. I picked up Mariota. If Mariota is on your fucking waiver wires,
all I know is that
that's a target.
The Rams are very undisciplined.
Yes, this isn't the Rams team of last year.
No, well, I mean they are because Matt Stafford was really bad about throwing picks early.
Yeah, but
he threw a lot of picks early.
I mean, I didn't watch this game, but the week before, the defense doesn't look like it should.
But turnovers and just brain dead plays are the reason why that score line is what it looks like. The Rams should be capable of blowing out teams like Atlanta.
Yes,
but they don't. It's really
now, how much is that a testament of these teams are just going to be close in every game, or I don't know.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily true. It's really weird right now that teams
the NFL is really weird right now.
Teams like Atlanta and Detroit kind of just flip their script. And
I mean, the
they
Bengals
look a lot
are
better
0-2.
Yeah,
I actually have something to say about that, so I am excited to get there.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it now.
Motherfuckers on Twitter talking shit.
Yeah, let's
fucking team sucks.
Let's go to the Bengals.
Or we can. No, I'm okay with talking about this just because of my agenda. I don't have this agenda. I am sorry. I fucking I didn't jinx him. I didn't mean for this to happen. There's absolutely zero.
We don't need to act like superstitions.
That is not what I wanted to happen.
We can just disregard
when I was saying he was going to play sooner than later. That's not what I was going to happen. But I will say this because I kind of once I saw that he went down, I tuned into this game because I've seen the offense with. Listen. I wasn't watching it. I wasn't paying attention, but when I saw he went down, I wanted to see something. I saw the offense with Trey Lance. The offense runs better with Jimmy. It just does. The offense is better with Jimmy.
It's pretty insensitive.
It's insensitive, and I hate being like this, but as of right
now...
From
a football standpoint, it's going to look better with Jimmy because he's been there. But
but that was the whole point.
To just say that it's said and done, Trey Lance isn't capable of making this offense look good.
Trey Lance
Dude,
is,
he's had
but it's
5 starts.
I know, but it's not going to be this year. And even then, in the 5 starts that Jalen had, when you're talking about, his first year, he still showed that, hey, I can run this offense. Like Trey Lance, the offense is just...
He had 1 start in a downpour.
I'm just saying the offense looks
Come on.
The offense looks better.
The same way. Same way, I'm not going to do an unfair evaluation of Mac Jones. You should not be doing the same with Trey Lance. He got hurt. There's nothing.
Mac Jones, but the offense
clearly San Francisco sees something in the kid if they're willing to move forward with him as their quarterback.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that he shouldn't be
on
the
the outside and
have
this narrative about him saying that he can't run the offense. Are you sure about that?
It just looks different.
Are you sure about that?
I'm not saying that. It just the same thing with this next game we're going to talk about.
What about George Kittle? Him not being there, he's a fucking game changer himself.
Yeah, I'm not.
Now he's going to be back this week because of course he is.
I'm not arguing that. I understand those, but it's the same thing with the next team we're going to talk about. The offense just looks different. Yeah. Now to bounce to the next team we fucking are going to talk about. I am willing to go out on a limb and say that fucking last year's Super Bowl run was a fluke. Fuck that. This team is not.
You do realize this is exactly how they looked early on last year.
No.
17-20, the Bengals lost in Dallas. I didn't say the score about Seattle and San Francisco. Seattle lost 7-27. Not even going to touch on Seattle. They didn't get their best players involved. So, moving on to Cincinnati at Dallas. My narrative around this team is that the Bengals,
they just look worse. They spent all that money on the offensive line. You got all these guardians for your fucking quarterback.
Honestly, they should have just went forward and kept the continuity to see how it would work instead of just trying to say, "Hey, La'el Collins is very clearly better than our guy here now." how true is that? You're not going to be able to beat the best pass rushers in the NFL because, like, with this group, no.
T. Higgins is hurt.
And that was something that Cody brought up. He was like, maybe it's just that they're playing against, the best pass rushers in the NFL early on. Like, they faced T.J. Watt and Micah Parsons. I don't think that's necessarily true. Even if it is, then they still have to play Myles Garrett twice. They still have to play T.J. Watt again. Hopefully he comes back by the time they play again. And who else is in their division that I'm forgetting about? The Ravens.
Yeah.
Which
they have, but their defense is just solid all around. So
they're solid, but they do give up a lot of easy plays.
But I mean, when your quarterback goes 24 for 36 for 199 yards, I mean, you don't.
Yeah, that's not a crazy stat line.
And I don't know. I don't want to
go look at Cooper Rush's stats. I want to see what that looks like.
He was 19 of 31 for 235 and a touchdown.
What did CD do?
And the fucking nothing.
7
for 75. But your best
on 11 targets.
Your best fucking.
See, that's the crazy thing. Like, I thought CD was just so much better than everybody in the NFL. So I thought.
I'm fucking glad I hopped off this bandwagon before everybody coming in talking
before the
about,
year started. Madden had like the Cowboys, like some of their players, like Zeke was like a fucking 90. I think Tony Pollard was like 83.
It's the same thing that happens every year.
What about CD? I'm pretty sure it was like an 89 or some dumb shit, dude.
Like
the Cowboys are overrated.
Overrated. They're always overrated.
If they can make it through this fucking these 4 weeks with Dak being out,
I feel
they
bad
win
for
like
Micah.
1 or 2 games. They may still be afloat, but they're not.
Micah is the only
crazy
thing that's keeping this team afloat right now.
Yeah,
like he's.
They got a dominant defense, which they have had. Dan Quinn's been doing a pretty good job there. But
your best fucking receiver is your fucking scout team receiver, and that's because your scout team quarterback's playing. He is. Noah Brown has been the best receiver for them in the past 2 games. He just has. There's no arguing the facts. He's been
CeeDee Lamb is better.
CeeDee is better.
Noah Brown has played better.
But Noah Brown has played better. And
here's the game I legit.
And this is my problem with fucking CD is you're supposed to be that guy.
Yeah.
We don't ask the questions about the guy because they do it. Whether fucking Devontae
I think
Adams
we know for sure the guys like
Amari is playing better right now with a worse. Well, I wouldn't say a worse quarterback situation because I think Brissett is better than fucking Cooper, but. Amari's not disappearing, and he's had a road game already, like which he
looked good in. He did look good against the Jets.
2 back-to-back 100 yards and a touchdown in each game. Like I think they were wrong. I don't think CD is CD, but I don't know.
We can move on from this game past the next game. Maybe touch on it for a second. Houston at Denver. They win or they lose 9-16. Denver looks like shit. Move on. Fuck them. Denver is the most. They are the biggest disappointment.
I don't know. I think them.
It's either them or the Colts. Them, the Colts, and the Raiders are like the 3 most disappointing teams in the NFL this year. And that's all I got to say about it. I don't know if you have anything else to add.
No, I'm right.
I'm
there
not
with
very
you.
excited about the Broncos moving forward, but. Danger Russ Wilson, let him cook. Okay,
no,
okay. Fuck off. I can't stand it.
And honestly, he doesn't have any excuses this year. He doesn't have an excuse in my eyes. You've got a better team almost than you've ever had. Like, I think just a more full team.
All right, we said we were going to move on. I don't want to talk about this team. I really don't. They're so bad. Anyways, we got Arizona at Las Vegas. Arizona pulls off the fucking comeback of the century. In overtime against the Raiders, 29-23.
I don't know.
Did you watch this game?
I don't know what's wrong with the Raiders.
Did you watch this game? There's nothing wrong with the Raiders. There's just one guy on the field that is very much better than everyone else, and he's the reason why they fucking won this game.
Who?
Kyler Murray's the fucking truth. He had to get 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions, got them both.
I give it to him. I mean, he plays well early in the season. I want to.
This is without DeAndre Hopkins. This is with like very mediocre talent around him, and he still pulled it off. 20 seconds on a fucking extra point play.
That's just bad defense. That's just bad.
You can't catch him.
You got no push up front.
Run around like a baby, like a little toddler. You know, like
I don't know,
a toddler with scissors and a knife in both hands. It's, dude. I think Kyler Murray's like he may be in the MVP discussion just based off this game.
Hell no.
After 2 weeks, for sure.
No, he played bad in the first week. Played terrible against
it's Kansas City.
Kansas City. Yeah,
it's Kansas City.
Their defense isn't what Kansas City's known for.
Yeah.
Their offense put up like 40-something points.
Yeah.
I'm glad the Packers bounced back, though.
Yeah.
Fuck the Packers.
We can kind of touch on this one. Chicago at Green Bay. Chicago loses 10-27. Green Bay did bounce back in a very huge way against a shitty team. Congratulations, Aaron. You do own the fucking Bears. Can you beat a good team? Can you look like you actually want to be there?
I wouldn't want to be there with this receiving core.
I don't give a shit.
It's so
That's
hard.
what you signed up for, buddy.
Yeah,
you need to win some games. So
it's so hard with. I mean, this receiving core is bad. I'm not trying to give the Packers.
You have people saying the Lions are better than y'all. The Lions.
I mean, if we're talking about a more, I know.
We're talking about NFL hierarchy over the last fucking decade. Where have the Lions been? Nowhere.
They're not better than the Packers, though.
They've been fucking
because the Packers defense is still good. It's still really good.
Yeah,
it's just
against
a
very inept
offense.
Their defense looked really good against an offense that shouldn't be on the field. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of the Packers right now, especially like after hearing what Brennan had to say about them. I think
Brennan's a hater though. He thinks they're going to go
worse.
fucking 8-9.
Let's make sure I didn't unplug that. But yeah, we can move on to the Monday night slate. Oh my god!
I mean, there's not even really anything to talk about. The fucking Texans.
There is a thing to talk about. I think that the Bills are the most dominant team in the NFL right now.
I mean, yeah, I'm not on that. The fucking Titans are abysmal, and Taylor Lewan's now out for the season. Derrick Henry looks like he's not.
Something to watch with the Bills, though. They have none of their starting defensive backs. None of them.
Yeah, but Khair Elam's good. I mean, everybody else.
None of their starters are playing this week against that guy.
Don't say that guy. Tua is not that guy.
He's got those guys around him.
He's got those guys around him, but
and he's gonna make them look like they're gonna make him look like that guy.
When Josh Allen's running all over that fucking defense,
we'll talk about it. But
I don't think it's
the
close.
Titans lost 7-41 at Buffalo.
Start Malik Willis, bro. Get him in there.
Fucking trash.
Get him in there. This team's not making the playoffs whether Malik Willis plays or not. This is the difference. I'm all for
first to like worse than the AFC.
I'm all for getting
horrible.
I'm all for getting young quarterbacks playing time. I'm all for it. I'm all for getting Trey Lance playing time. The problem is, in Trey Lance's instance, the team's too good to get him playing time.
Yeah,
the team's too good.
Just move on.
They
need to see what they have with Malik Willis. Like,
let him and Treylon Burks get their fucking connection going, because that's who you drafted. You drafted both of them. Obviously, you took Treylon with your first pick, and then you took Malik Willis later in the round. Get them play. Like, you're not making the playoffs either way. I feel the same way about the Steelers. You're not making the playoffs either way. Go on and get Pickens.
They're so fucking bad.
Yeah.
You know who isn't bad?
Who?
Fly, Eagles, fly. They're fucking great, dude. They made this team look like shit. Fucking Vikings go to fucking Lincoln
Kirk Cousins
Financial
Memorial
Field.
game.
They lose 7-24. Second half, 0 point score, which is like, it is what it is. But Justin Jefferson got locked down by Darius Slade, the literal fucking thing I said.
Yeah, but
going into our picks,
Kirk just looks so
y'all
bad.
said for sure we're not going to cover. Y'all are losing and you're not going to cover. Okay, buddy.
Yeah, Kirk played like shit.
Oh, Kirk played like shit.
He did.
It's not that Darius Slade played well.
No, I just think
I'm tired of it.
3 interceptions.
Is this team the best team in the NFC?
I don't know, man. It's so hard.
It's between them and the Bucks.
I mean, if we're going there, then yeah, because I don't think the Bucks are.
Who else is up there?
I still probably
the 49ers.
I don't know. I mean,
because the Rams, their defense doesn't look too great. Their offense is fucking turning the ball over every goddamn game. We have 1 turnover.
It's
one off a tip pass.
That is a good. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna give it a couple more weeks.
7-24.
You play the Lions week 1.
7-24.
Play the Lions week 1.
And guess what? The Vikings play the Lions this week. we're going to see who the best team in that division is. But that's the wrap-up for week 2. If we had to pick, what would your top 5 teams in the NFL be? Let's say top 5.
It's so hard. This year's so weird. I mean, I had to go.
Like, what teams have looked the best?
I mean, I'd have to go, honestly, I'd probably go Bills first, Chiefs second. I would go probably Eagles, then the Ravens, and then the Chargers. But, I mean, the Ravens are a win away from being ahead of y'all. Like, that's the thing.
You don't have the Dolphins in there?
I don't think the Dolphins are better than those teams.
Okay.
I don't. I like the Dolphins.
Here's the actual top 5. It's the Bills, Chiefs, Eagles. Then it goes Chargers, Dolphins. Those are my 5. And Tampa Bay's at 6. They're right there. The only reason I have the Chargers over the Bucs right now is because they've played better teams.
I don't think the Ravens. I don't think that's the thing is I don't think the Dolphins are better than the Ravens. I think they just played a terrible quarter of football. I mean, like I don't know because like it's just I just feel bad for Lamar, bro. I hate that shit because like how do you like we shouldn't be talking about this. We shouldn't be saying oh they dropped.
All I know is that one motherfucker's looking real right about their bowl predictions this year.
No.
I said the Dolphins are going to be real good.
You said they were going to the Super Bowl. He's not going
12-5 was my prediction for the Dolphins prior to the season.
We'll see.
Still had the Bills winning their division, but we'll see about that today because they do play. And that's what we're going to get on to. We're going to get on to our picks here in a minute.
We're doing our Week 3 picks and predictions. Is that right?
Yep. That's what we're doing. So we're going to pick the point spreads, who we think is going to cover, and we're also going to pick the winner of these games.
We're just going to try and fly through it, too.
Yeah, so
not
starting
too
out
much.
with the 1 o'clock slate, we've got Kansas City at the Indianapolis
They're
Colts.
fucking covering. The Colts suck. This is going to be a 50-point game. Just book it.
50-point game?
50-point game. Colts suck. If they let the fucking Jaguars put up 24 points on them, it's going to be rough.
So, according to Brendan, he also has the Kansas City Chiefs winning and covering. As for Cody, he also has the Chiefs winning and covering, and I do too. So all 4 of us have the Chiefs winning and covering. So,
next is the Bills and Dolphins.
Yeah,
this one's so hard, but I would bet that the Dolphins cover in a loss.
Okay, so you and Cody are on the same board.
I think that the Dolphins cover in a loss. I think it'll probably be a field goal game, especially with the injured secondary of the Bills. Yeah. But I just think Josh Allen is MVP so far, and there's nothing you can do about
Brendan has the Bills winning and covering. So, as for me, though, I have the Dolphins covering and the Dolphins winning this game. I think that with the injuries they have, and it's in Miami, that...
Do they have that guy?
Huh?
Do they have that guy?
I mean, we're going to see. If he can beat this team, then he probably will be considered that guy.
He is that guy. He's destroyed everybody. And fucking Stephon Diggs is him.
Well...
Stephon Diggs is probably the best receiver playing right now.
Yeah. I mean, he's had 2 consistent...
It's not even... I don't even think that's a question.
Here's one that's kind of fucking stupid.
What, this next one?
Yeah, Cincinnati at New York. They're favored by 6.5.
I would put the Jets to cover in a loss. 6.5 is just so high, and the Bengals don't look good.
Brendan has the Bengals covering and winning. Cody has the... Let's see. Where is it? Yeah, Cody has the same thing. I say Jets cover in a loss.
Jets cover in a loss. It'll probably be a fucking field goal.
But watch them fucking win this game somehow. Watch them win this fucking game. The fact that it's 6.5 at home against a team that's 0-2 looked pretty bad so far.
No, the Jets won. 1-1. Oh, you're talking about the Jets are at home.
The Bengals are 0-2 though.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why is the bottom team's the home team
losing a cover?
Losing a cover. Okay.
Cover in a loss.
All right. Well. I don't trust the Bengals as much. I'd say they do win this game, but they do not cover because it's a fucking touchdown and a half.
Yeah, so you say the Jets cover in a loss.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what everybody had. Actually, no, Because Cody and Brennan both had... Yeah. Cody and Brennan both had the Bengals covering the spread, so they're going to win by 7? Okay.
6.5.
That's fine.
Adept off. As much as
Their
Brendan
over-under is
talks...
45.5. Where the fuck are they getting those points from? I mean,
knows?
they hit a 60-point over last week, so...
This next one makes sense. This next one's actually fucking hard.
No, it doesn't.
51.5 points between these two teams.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the spread.
51.5 points between these two teams is very good.
That makes sense, but I don't like this point spread.
I
don't like this at all.
Point spread for the Lions and Vikings is 6.5. I think the Lions cover in a loss. And I don't know, dude, because they're so good. I love the Lions.
I'm going bold, which I don't think is that bold. I have the Lions winning and covering.
I like it. I mean, I wouldn't argue against it.
Well, if they're underdogs and they win, they cover it automatically. But I'm just saying, like, they win. So Brennan has Detroit covering in a loss as well. Cody's got, let's see. Cody's got Detroit covering in a loss as well. Do you have Detroit covering in a loss? I'm going to go on record. I think the Lions win this game.
I don't know. The more and more I look at it, the more and more I want to say the Lions win this game.
It's in Minnesota, too.
I'll go Lions covering a loss. If they win, fuck it, I'll take that.
The Lions cover every fucking spread they have.
That's what I'm saying, is they always cover the spread.
They just don't get those wins, but this team, they can win.
I don't think Justin Jefferson's getting locked up a second game in the row.
Yeah, I don't either. But I think the Lions' offense is immaculate.
I really like the Lions' offense. They're a quarterback away from being a Super Bowl. No, I'm joking. I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender yet. But that fucking defense looks like it's going to be here soon.
Yeah. So, what do you have? What's your pick? Lock it in.
I hate this shit, man. Lions covering a...
You want to say loss so bad. Just do it. Just say loss. It's probably the easiest pick to go with.
Yeah, but... No, fuck that.
They win.
They win.
They win.
Lions win.
They cover and win. Yeah. So he has balls.
Lions cover and win.
Basically is what he's saying. Because I have this motherfucking team winning. All right. Anyways, moving on to the Eagles at Washington. They are 6-point favorites on the road in Washington. I think we beat this team by like 20.
No.
I really do.
I don't know.
This team is going to get embarrassed.
Is not bad.
No, they're going to get embarrassed today.
Washington covers
2 weeks in a row I've been right. 2 weeks in a row.
Washington covers in a loss.
No way! Bro, you're holding on to your predictions. Brendan has the Eagles covering. Cody has the Eagles covering.
Washington
I have the
covers
Eagles
in a
covering.
loss. It'll be a field goal game. Watch. Carson will try and get his revenge.
He's going to throw 4 picks. Slay's going to have 4 picks.
I know. It's probably going to be bad.
It's going to be bad.
Washington and
So, Trayvon Diggs, he had 11 picks last year. Slay's going to have half that in 3 games.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right.
Washington covers in a loss.
Washington covers in a loss. Everybody else has Eagles covering. All right. So then you've got Baltimore minus 2.5 on the road against New England. I think that
this is the team. This is the one that I said was going to fuck me if we bet on it.
This one's tough. Just because going into the Steelers game, I felt so confident that y'all's offense was going to be so fucking bad, and you were still bad, but you were able to cover. I'm going to stick to it.
I don't even think our offense was bad last week. I just think we did just enough to win the game.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to be enough for the Ravens. So I probably
Cody
have the Ravens.
has Baltimore covering.
Yeah.
Brendan probably also has Baltimore covering. Yeah, he does. We're all fading the Patriots. I'm on board with it. I think the Ravens cover this.
I mean, this is a sense where it makes sense, but
yeah,
if this is going to fuck anybody's parlay, that'll be the game that does it.
If it does, I don't see y'all being 2-1 after playing this fucking team. It's just not a thing.
I hope we are, so I can talk the emo shit.
You can talk the most shit if they are, but I hope not. For my own sake, I don't want to hear it. The fucking Patriots suck.
Pretty good.
What do you got?
We're better than every other team on this
got?
podcast than the Eagles. We're better than the fucking Cowboys, and that's a fact. That's a fact. They have Micah Parsons, and that's it.
Micah Parsons is better than every player on your team.
Two things can be true. Two things can be true.
He probably could score more points than y'all's offense.
That's not happening.
All right, pick a side. Pick us up.
Ravens cover.
Okay.
I
All right.
said that from
Thank
the
you.
beginning.
Appreciate it. All right, moving on.
But they let Leonard Fournette run all over them like that. We'll probably have 200 yards on the Cowboys if
Maybe
we played
we'll
them.
see. Moving on to the Raiders at Tennessee. They are favored by 1.5.
Just cover. Raiders cover.
I don't really know what team's better.
Tennessee sucks. Just bet the Raiders to cover and just be safe.
Devontae Adams, you need to come to play today. Because if you
He's
don't,
been coming to play.
No.
This fucking team doesn't have anything
two
else. They lost the
receptions
game.
last year-
They
or
lost
last
the
week.
game. Yeah, but they lost the game last week because Hunter Renfrow fumbled twice. That
Yeah.
you can't do that. Fumble twice late in the game. You can't do that.
yeah, they gave up that game. They literally handed that game to the Cardinals.
Raiders cover easily. The Titans are fucking abysmal.
Yeah, I have the Raiders covering. Cody has the Raiders covering. So does Brennan.
This is the worst fucking game of the
That's
week.
a bad game.
No, this next
Oh,
one.
the next, yeah, that's a bad game too. So we got Houston on the road at Chicago,
I couldn't care less who wins this game.
and Chicago's favored by 3. Oh, I
They
don't know who
should
to
win.
pick.
Chicago should win.
Brendan has the Bears.
Yeah, of course he does.
Of course he fucking does. The Bears being 2-1.
God, I'd hate having faith in a fucking terrible team like
They're
that.
so fucking bad.
Like, they have nothing to look forward to.
They really don't.
They've got a bunch of, like,
It makes me so angry.
average to, like,
Brendan
maybe
also has the Bears covering. Cody has the Bears covering.
The Bears are just a roster full of average players. Like, they don't have... There's not one person you can look on their roster and
Houston
be
covers
like, oh,
this game and they win. I'm saying it. Houston wins
Houston's
this game.
bad.
They get their first win.
I'll probably
of the season.
still go Bears, but Houston's bad.
So you have the Bears covering?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I'm picking Houston. I'll be the fucking contra. I don't give a shit if I'm wrong. I don't care because this team's bad. They're both bad. Moving on. Moving on to the Saints at the Panthers. Saints are 2-point favorites on the road. at Carolina. They cover. They win.
They're gonna blow. This will be the fucking one. This will
Cover.
be a
They win.
blowout.
All of us. Literally all of us have it.
Panthers
Cover. They
fucking
win.
suck.
Panthers are trash. Yep. I don't know why I went and verified that that's what Brendan thought. I know what he thinks about this team. They're fucking terrible. This line's kind of bad.
Which one?
The first 4 o'clock game, 4:05, Jacksonville at Los Angeles Chargers.
Well, this line's so like this because of
of the
Herbert's
injury.
questionability.
Yeah, that's literally it. Chargers are favored by 3.5.
Chargers win and cover. I don't care if Herbert's not playing or not.
Chargers win and cover.
Yeah.
That's really what you think?
This is the best defense that the Jaguars
Brendan
have
said
played.
if Herbert's playing, which he is. Let's see.
This is without a doubt the best defense.
Cody
the
also has the Chargers covering. I have Jacksonville covering in a loss.
Nope. This is the
That's
best
what I do.
defense. This is the best defense that the Jaguars have played, and
This is the best defense that the Jaguars have put on the field in a while as well.
yeah, but
So,
I don't.
and I don't know, is Keenan Allen back yet?
Mike Williams will
Yeah,
just have
I mean-
120 yards.
I don't know.
Fucking-
Honestly, you know what?
Gerald
I'm
Everett.
going bold here. I think the Jaguars actually win this game.
No, it's not happening.
They win this game.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's dumb.
I'm
That's
gonna be the
not happening.
contrarian. I'm gonna be the Skip Bayless of the
It's
show.
bad.
Anyways, moving on to the next game, 4:25. Green Bay Packers at Tampa Bay are 1.5 point underdogs.
I don't like this fucking spread at all.
They did this shit intentionally. This is the game they're going to make their money on.
This is probably
is
the
the
game
game.
of the week if I had to bet.
Do it.
This is probably the game of the week if I had to bet. Just because I don't.
I mean, of the games we've talked about so far,
Maybe Rams and Cardinals. Maybe
Lions Vikings. That one's intriguing.
maybe Lions Vikings. Bills Dolphins.
Yeah, Bills Dolphins is going to be a good
But-
one. There's 3 good games in the first slate of games.
But both of these offenses are having receiver problems with great quarterbacks and good running games. I mean,
Yeah.
they're very they are the same fucking team to me. They as of right now they are the same
If
team except one's just injured.
Mike Evans is suspended for this week,
He
so
is.
he's not going to be there. If Julio plays, I'd like him a little bit better, but
Packers
man.
Packers probably win. I'm gonna go Packers.
I like Tampa Bay's defense more
See where I like
because I think that
Green Bay's defense.
they're going to be able to. They may get a turnover or 2 in this game, so I'm going to pick Tampa Bay to cover and to win. Brendan or Cody, he had Tampa Bay. Ooh, no, he had Green Bay covering and winning.
Yeah, I have Green Bay covering and winning too.
Okay, and of course,
Brendan just likes to pick the favorite in every game.
wait, what?
So Brennan just likes to pick the favorite in every game.
He did pick the Bucks. I was wondering where the fuck they were. I couldn't see them. But yeah.
He picked the favorite in every game.
He has the Bucks winning.
Except for the Cowboys. No, he picked the favorite in that game, too. The fucking Giants are favorite. Oh, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. Moving on, we've got the Rams going to Arizona as 3.5-point favorites
Rams
against
win.
the Cardinals. You have the Rams winning?
Rams win.
Cover?
Cover.
And cover. Okay. I have... Let's see. Cody's got the Rams covering and winning.
I don't think the Rams are going to
I have the Cardinals winning and covering.
I don't think the Rams are going to...
I really am not trying to be contradictory, but I think the way that Kyler played last week, if he could play as well as he did last week, he easily beats his team.
I just think... I don't think the Rams are going to stay as slow starting as they have been, and this might be... I think this will be the game that breaks them forward.
The over-under is 48.5. I think it's going to be closer like 55, something like that.
I could see this being a shootout.
Yeah, I think it is going to be a shootout.
The thing that makes me think that they're going to look better is Matthew Stafford actually got other people involved last week.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next game. Got Atlanta at Seattle. Why is this a thing? It's basically a pick'em.
Atlanta.
Atlanta's a 1-point underdog on the road at Seattle.
Atlanta covers in a win.
Atlanta covers in a win.
Atlanta covers in a dub.
I can't see a flaw in that.
I don't like the Seahawks. Gino came back to
Brennan's
earth
got
last
the
week.
Falcons. Cody's got the Falcons. I've got the Falcons. You got the Falcons. So we're good there. All right, Monday night. 2 Monday night games. How do you feel about that? Or no.
No. There's one Monday night game.
Well, yeah, we can still talk about that. How do you feel about two Monday night games?
I mean, it doesn't
It's
really...
more football, but like they're conflicting schedules. They're playing at the same time.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't like is playing at the same time.
Luckily, one game wasn't even worth watching. The other one kind of was, even though they were both blowouts. But Sunday Night Football, got the 49ers going to Denver. They're favored. Road favorites, 1.5 points. It's always hard to play in Denver, though.
That's what I was thinking. It's so hard to play in Denver, but Jimmy G's back.
Does George Kittle play in this game?
I thought I literally just saw something about that.
If George Kittle plays, even if he doesn't play, I still think Denver's such a fucking horrendous team right now. Oh, man. I'll go with the 49ers. I have the 49ers covering.
Okay, yeah, I can't. I'm not going to keep looking for it. Yeah.
You won't believe this shit. Cody and Brennan both have Denver.
Yeah, because they're haters on Jimmy G. They think they're right.
I mean,
they think they're right.
They have the counter narrative. They're sticking with it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just don't like Denver at all. I think they're fucking horrible.
I think Denver at home probably gets this done. I don't like it. And it's going to be a close game. That's the thing. But
let's hope he doesn't. Russell Wilson doesn't end up getting booed in his own stadium again. Hopefully, their offense looks a little bit better.
Yeah.
So you have? Do you have the 49ers covering?
No, I got Denver covering.
You got Denver covering?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm looking like the contrarian.
No. I got the 49ers covering.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Monday Night Football. I don't know why this is the game.
Can we stop getting fucking primetime games like this? I don't care that the Giants are 2-0, and I don't care that it's the fucking Cowboys. Can we stop getting shitty primetime games? You could have stuck any of these other. I would have rather seen the the Cardinals in the fucking
Rams.
In the Rams. I would have rather seen the Chiefs in the fucking
Detroit the fucking Lions and Vikings.
Yes.
That would have been a way better game.
Buffalo and Miami. You've got all these better games you could do. Instead, we're going to have to watch this
isn't
fucking...
NFC's bias. I'm not a fucking hater of the potential there. It's just the Cowboys don't have their star quarterback. And
We're going to have to see...
Not this good.
Yeah, we're going to have to see...
They are favored. The Giants are favored at home by 1. I don't think...
This is going to be a
Giants
defensive game.
Cover. I think the Giants cover, unfortunately. Cody has the Cowboys, which, of course, he does. Brendan's got the Giants as well. So you're going to break the vote, or are you going to go with the correct side?
I mean, I don't think the Giants... I mean, if you're...
Well, you think?
So what? You think the Giants are going to cover in a loss, or
no? They're going to cover in a win. They win. They're favored. I think the Giants are better than the Cowboys right now. I think that's very fair to say.
God, I don't know.
I know. It's terrible. I'm sorry.
I don't know, dude.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to go for the Giants. I hate the Giants. I can't fucking stand
I do too.
the Giants.
They're terrible.
Oh my god, dude, this is so. I'm mad that we even have to fucking pick this game.
Well, we still have one more after this. We're going to be picking our Thursday night game too.
Oh. Well, that's next week.
Yeah. The reason why we're picking the Thursday night game is because you all won't get it from us if we don't pick it. Yeah. So we're gonna do that too.
Because if I don't pick the Cowboys, I'm a hater. But if I they should win. The Cowboys should win this game.
The Giants are healthier. They're at home, and Saquon's gonna go for like 450 yards in this game.
They do have trouble against
They may even let him pass the ball.
I don't
Pick
like
the Giants,
this,
bro. Just pick them. It's fine. The over-under is at 39. No shit. I very much see that happening.
Giants win.
Okay, cool.
I don't like it.
All right, Thursday night for week 4 match.
This is a good primetime game. I'm okay with this being a primetime game.
This line is dog shit.
No, the line is dog shit.
The line is dog shit.
But I'm okay with this being a fucking
How is this
primetime
the
game.
line?
Miami
Dude,
easily covers.
if I could bet, we're in Kentucky.
The fact that the Bengals are a favorite.
If we were allowed to fucking bet, I would pick the fuck out of the Dolphins.
It is not hard to bet in Kentucky. Just go to Indiana.
I'm just. They're not in Kentucky then.
20 minutes.
It's not hard to bet in Kentucky.
You literally
Indiana.
You literally just have to be over the bridge.
Dude,
you can bet.
It's fucking stupid. But the Dolphins are on the road at Cincinnati. Thursday night football. They are favored. The Bengals are favored at home by 1.5 points. The Dolphins are winning this by 10.
Yeah, Dolphins are winning this game.
How is this a thing?
Don't even worry about it.
How is this a thing? That line's fucking dog shit. Everybody agrees with this. Cody's got the Dolphins as well. Brendan's got the Dolphins as well. We all have the Dolphins.
Who on the Bengals offense is covering or defense is covering Tyree?
Nobody.
Exactly.
Eli Apple's gonna look so bad.
I can't wait.
I'm so excited for that. Fuck you, Eli Apple. You fucking scum cunt. Fucking trash.
These lines are terrible this week. They're not good.
I'm gonna pull up week 4 slate, but those are our picks for week 3. Hopefully
this shows you
somehow look good.
We have week 4. It's literally the next.
Oh, it does.
It's literally like the next.
I'll just pull it up then. But yeah, we're gonna move on to our third segment.
We're gonna talk about week 4 because when you guys see this, that will be the next week. Like that'll be the upcoming week. It'll make more sense because
you're gonna get our takes for the games prior to them actually happening.
Yeah, every line that we just went
over.
You'll
see our predictions for the games.
Every line that we just went over, all those games will already be played when you see this episode.
And you'll be able to see if we were right or wrong.
So going into it. So we already did Miami and Cincinnati. So 10:30. So that's overseas.
Oh, is it?
There's no way that it's a 10:30 start time and it's not overseas. Yeah, it's in London.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's
Minnesota. We got our first overseas game this season, and it is Minnesota at the Saints. And we'll just go off of the spread that we have now. The lines are gonna shift. Do not lock anything. I don't recommend locking anything in earlier than the day before.
I mean, unless you feel very confident about a team, kind of like the Dolphins, the fact that they're 1.5 point underdogs on the road against the Bengals.
Yeah, if you want to lock that in a week early,
that's an
you can
lock
do that.
For me.
But
I don't know what the fuck they're doing there.
I would wait.
I don't know. So the Vikings at the Saints. Mm-hmm. To me, the Vikings have a lot to prove this week.
Yeah.
Because basically they've got to hold down a decent offense for 4 quarters. They only did it for 2 in week 2, and it was the back half, and they couldn't score points. So when they run into a very competent defensive personnel group, they don't look very great.
I still think.
But the thing is that the Saints, their offense isn't much better, so they do have a pretty good defense. So
as of right now, I'd say Vikings cover and a win. We don't know. I mean, it's a 1 point. It's a pick 'em.
If they look pretty bad against the Lions this week, I don't know. I may have a different opinion about that because the Saints, who did they play with?
The Saints play.
Let's see. They play the Panthers. Oh God.
Yeah, that'll be a fucking dub.
Yeah, they're gonna get right with that game, then go in and play the Vikings. That's a fucking 2017 NFC divisional round rematch. Minnesota Miracle. Justin Jefferson can get some. He can make something happen there.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson goes for a buck 50.
A buck 50 and a couple touchdowns. All right, so the 1 o'clock slate, we start with Jacksonville at Philadelphia. Philadelphia, they were favored by 7 already. They may bet this up to 10.
That'd be fucking crazy.
The thing is that whenever teams do get pressure on Jalen Hurts, he's able to escape. And that's what Jacksonville's been very good at so far, has been able to get pressure on the quarterback and force him into mistakes. I think the Eagles probably win this game.
Yeah, I think they probably win it.
I
think they're going to win.
Yeah.
Depending on what the line is open. I mean, when it...
Do you think they cover a 7-point spread at this point?
Yeah, I think they win.
Yeah, I think so too. But the thing is that when you get over a touchdown...
It's when it gets dicey.
That's when it gets kind of close because there are most games end in a very close.
There are every team is capable of keeping it close. I would assume.
Yeah, that's just the nature of the NFL. That's why lines don't get up in the fucking double digits very often.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're back.
All right, so now we're talking about the Bills at the Ravens. They're currently 4-point favorites on the road against the Ravens. For me, if I had to guess, I would say the Bills probably win this game. I don't think they cover.
I think Ravens
even though they beat the
loss.
fucking shit out of both teams they played so far.
Yeah, but this is the best team that they've played so far. Also,
other than they play the Dolphins this week, so it depends on that game. This line may shift based off how they play against the Dolphins.
Yeah,
which that's the nature of betting. I do think the Bills probably still win though.
Ravens cover and a loss.
That's how it goes so far. Yeah, I'd probably go.
I go Ravens cover and a loss.
Because I think the Ravens could probably keep it within 3.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends. Moving on to the Chargers at Houston. They are currently 7-point favorites on the road against Houston. I think they cover that.
Yeah, Justin Herbert will be good.
I don't like the Texans. They're terrible. They're not a good team.
They just don't have anybody. I mean, I don't see. I think 46 is high.
Back by then?
Even if they is, Mike Williams is good. 46 is high just because I don't see the Texans putting up any points.
Yeah, they think that.
I don't see. If this, this is a 46-point blowout on the Chargers half, then that's.
I think the Chargers could at least get to 28. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
We can skip next one because I'm excited about this next one because I think this one's easy.
Seattle at Detroit.
Fuck yes. Detroit covers easily. Don't even fucking question it.
Detroit's currently favored by 5.5. We will have our actual picks next week.
That could go to 7. I don't care. The Lions.
It depends on how this week goes. If the Lions end up beating the Vikings, for sure. But
Lions are gonna beat the Seahawks either way.
The over-under being 46 with them as well. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that the Lions, their offense is one of the best in the NFL. Are they leading the NFL in points?
That's literally what I would.
No, I think it's the Bills.
It's the Bills, and then it's you all, and then it should be.
Well, it shouldn't be us because the Lions have scored more. Yeah, we may be in the
That's
top
what I'm
5.
saying. It should be Bill. It should be. It should be Bills, you guys, and then the line.
What the fuck? I'll look it up.
God damn, bro.
2022 NFL offense rankings.
Yes, it should be Bills, you guys.
And then team total offense. That's not what I want to do. Let's go by points.
You can just click the points on there and it'll sort it by points.
Okay, so oh my god. Well, they've already played their third game. The Bills are leading. Then they've got Detroit right behind them.
Kansas City. How did we not think of that?
Miami and Philadelphia.
Then you guys. Yeah.
So Philadelphia, Miami, and Baltimore, they're all tied at 31 points a game. Then you've got Kansas City and Detroit at 35, and then the Bills are 36 points per game. Yep. Let's see, yards per game. Philly.
That's surprising. I was going to say, I thought it would for sure be Miami.
470 yards per game, and then the Dolphins are right behind them at 427. It is 2 games. We need a bigger sample size, but still.
Yeah, I know.
We them dogs. But
why the fuck were we even talking about that?
I don't know. No, we were talking about the leading offense in the NFL. Yeah, I think Detroit's fucking gonna win this game. Definitely gonna cover, especially if it gets up to a touchdown. If it gets up to a touchdown, that's where I'd be like, maybe not. Yeah. Because I don't know.
It's hard to cover 7 points. It really is. I mean, if you're not one of those top tier echelon teams, all your games are gonna be close.
Yeah. I don't even want to talk about this next game.
I don't either.
It's so fucking bad.
Fucking Tennessee Titans and the Colts. I don't care who covers.
I don't care.
Make your fucking pick.
Don't give a shit.
We'll leave this one to y'all. Y'all can send it in to us.
They can really turn the narrative around on both their teams this week. The Colts, they play Kansas City. That's a pretty good one, I guess, if they end up winning that. But I don't
they fucking better not win it. I bet
they're not going to win that shit. Who do the Titans play? They play the Raiders. Oh my god. The Raiders may blow them out.
Yeah, they fucking should.
Oh man. This next game I don't like either. Chicago
Bears and Giants. Giants cover easily.
Chicago is 3-point underdogs on the road against the Giants by 3. Well, yeah, they're 3-point underdogs. Giants cover.
Yeah. The big Giants cover. It's
Giants cover that.
And the thing is it sucks so bad because
the Giants could easily. They're gonna easily be 4-0.
I was gonna say, who do the Giants play this week?
The Cowboys. Monday Night Football. The one we just said.
Are the Giants 4-0?
Yeah, they're gonna be 4-0.
Are the Giants 4-0?
Yes.
God damn! What if they're gonna win the NFC? That's crazy. Or the NFC West, East, whatever that fucking division is.
Do you think so? Are you sure about that?
We didn't think they'd get this far.
I had them win 1 game.
At this point,
they won 2. They won double what I thought they'd win.
At this point, I'm gonna ride the wave.
Fuck the Giants. They're fucking trash.
In the game,
I don't pick the Bears just because. Fuck the Giants. Anyways, moving on.
Gotta have somebody.
Got the Commanders on the road at Dallas. They're 2.5-point underdogs. I think Commanders cover that.
I think Commanders win this game.
You think they'll win the game?
I think Commanders win this game.
Oh man.
I think Commanders win this game. I don't think Commanders win this game.
How sweet would it be if the Cowboys lose 2 division games back to back?
It'd be great. It would be great.
I mean, it would mean the Giants are 3-0, but
Fuck it.
I mean the Cowboys.
I'd rather the Cowboys.
The Cowboys have lost 2 of their division games already, so man, I'd say the Commanders probably win that if Dak isn't back, which I don't think he's going to be. So
Commanders win.
Yeah, Carson needs to beat the Cowboys like he was always doing whenever he was in Philly.
Right.
But moving on, we got the Cardinals at the Panthers. Cardinals cover. Cardinals win.
Cardinals win.
That's the start of the 4 o'clock window. Then you got the Patriots on the road.
We cover in a loss. Book it. The Patriots cover in a loss. There's 6.
New England's on the road at Green Bay.
That is one thing.
6-point underdogs.
That is one thing that if you're
Green
looking
Bay
at
wins this game.
Yeah, Green Bay wins this game, but we cover in a loss.
I don't know about that.
We covered. They're not beating us by a touchdown.
I don't.
Green Bay's receiving core is not that good, and their run game isn't.
They beat the Bears by 10 or what they won?
The Bears are worse than us. The Bears are worse than us, and that's a fact. The Bears suck.
I don't know about that. Y'all are comparable.
No.
How?
Because we actually have a good defense. They don't. We can actually run the ball. They can't. We just don't have receivers. If we had Daryl Mooney, we'd be better. We'd be. It wouldn't even be a question if we had Daryl.
First of all, his name's Darnell.
Don't care.
His name's Darnell.
Darnell Mooney. If we had him,
Nelson Aguilar's probably better than him right now.
I like Darnell. I like him a lot.
All right, fuck that.
I don't know his name.
I'd say the Packers do end up winning. I don't know if they cover. I don't
Patriots
know what
cover
it's
a
like
loss.
next week with 42.5 over under. Yup.
Patriots covering a loss. Watch.
Got 32 of 32 on there, and then you got like 27 of 32. That's what their offense is going to be. All right, so then you got Denver on the road at Vegas. Vegas is 1.5 point favorites.
Stop fucking moving. I don't know why it's moving.
Vegas is favored by 1.5. I have them covering that.
Vegas wins. Vegas wins and covers.
Yeah.
I mean, they win, they cover.
I don't know if this line will change very much. I hope it does, because that's a dumb fucking line.
Neither
Not
of these teams
because
have an
I
excuse
favor
on
the Raiders
why.
that much more, but like to make this a pick'em is so.
I think
it's a
it
money
is a
grab.
pick'em.
It really is a money grab.
Well, I think it is a pick 'em because they're, like I said, I mean, these two teams are easily the most disappointing
Yeah.
of the NFL season so far.
I think the Colts are in there too.
Yeah, I do too.
So those
But
yeah.
I still, I mean, I don't know. I had the Colts winning the division at 9-8, so I'm not.
Yeah, the Jaguars look like the best team in that division so far. So
Yeah.
moving on, we've got Kansas City on the road at Tampa Bay, and they're favored by 1.
This is dumb.
Kansas City wins and covers.
Kansas City wins and covers, and I don't even think it's going to be close.
Gives
I think
Tampa Bay their
Kansas City
first
might
loss of
blow
the year.
fuck out.
Probably, because I think Tampa Bay probably beats the Packers this week.
Yeah, I could see that.
I just like Kansas City. Kansas City is the second best team in the NFL behind the Bills so far.
Yeah.
So,
Kansas City beats Bucky.
and then we got the Monday night football game, division matchup. You got the Rams at the 49ers.
Rams covered.
Rams are 1-point underdogs. I think San Francisco can get it done.
Rams covered. Like I said, I think the Rams bounce back this week. They'll be even better.
That's crazy.
going
They
into
play
the 49ers.
they play the Cardinals and the 49ers back to back.
They got a hard schedule. It's a Super Bowl winning schedule. They got a hard schedule.
I don't know, man. That one's tough. I'd probably pick the 49ers just because they're at home.
Rams cover.
Rams cover.
Rams cover.
I mean, if they cover, you have them winning.
Yes.
Okay.
I do. You are.
So that's
also
what we
right.
think about week 4. We're gonna have Brendan and Cody back next week, hopefully. Just depends on how things are going. But we'll get our actual picks based off the lines that are set the day of. We will know the lines the day of the game.
The day of. To this day.
Going on. So we're good. We're good with this segment. We're gonna move on to NBA talk. We're gonna talk about a couple things.
Hop into some NBA news just because the NBA news trail is, to say the least, hot. I mean, on the little bit of the brighter side, Pelicans CJ McCollum re-signed. He got a 2-year, $64 million extension. That's about the happiest thing to come out of the NFL this week.
The NBA.
But the real issues that we want to touch on are the Robert Sarver issue.
He's kind of a piece of shit.
I mean, yeah, I don't think we're arguing that.
He's selling the Suns.
I don't like that
Mercury.
I don't like that it came up. I don't like that it's coming up to him like, oh, I'm just selling it. Like I don't.
Well, that was the pressure that was put on by the NBA stars. They were like, I don't think a 1-year suspension is enough. So.
Well,
they gave him a choice.
I mean, it was the sponsors really, because they lost. PayPal was dropping out. There's another big one. PayPal isn't renewing. It was something else. But I just don't like how it was like. I mean, I'm glad it didn't go to a vote because I don't think the owners were going to vote him out. But it just sets a bad precedent because, Adam Silver's even like.
It's close to the same situation as with Donovan Sterling, but it's worse because of the treatment of the employees and stuff. Because within the organization, he treated him like shit, and then he was also kind of like, he thought he was able to say whatever the fuck he wants. Basically, that's how things went.
Yeah,
right. I'm pretty sure that's how the story is. It's like,
but
he treated his employees like shit, and then he also like said whatever the fuck he wanted. He was really insensitive.
It just sucks because this isn't an isolated incident. This is how most of these owners agree and think. Like it's.
I mean, we've seen it before. There is a precedent for owners acting this way, and it's because they don't feel like they deserve to be culpable for their actions.
Do you think it's any better now that fucking Bezos is trying to buy them?
Not necessarily, because I don't like. I mean, you're asking someone that.
That's why I was. That's
politically, I don't enjoy really powerful men being able to do whatever the fuck they want. You know, he's already as wealthy and as powerful as anybody in the world, and he's getting a fucking NBA team.
His money. I just hope he runs it right. Puts the people in there that aren't doing this shit. Because this shit's.
I'm not a big Bezos.
There's too many.
If he runs the Suns anyway, like he runs his company, then there's gonna be contractor workers that get treated like shit. There's gonna be fucking, time off tasks, fucking incentives and stuff that they gotta cover. It's gonna be some bullshit. It's gonna be analytical stuff to make workers' lives worse. I'm not a fan of Jeff Bezos by any means.
It's just this stuff is still going on, and it just blows my mind. I mean, I understand. This is how most of these people. I mean, they grew up like this, but that doesn't excuse it. You can't run an NBA team.
Massive amounts of wealth and power make you more likely to treat people the way like he does, because there is no incentive to be nice whenever you already have everything.
I think it's a league. I think it's both leagues. I mean, I think the NBA is more progressive than the NFL, but I think it's both leagues. We got to get over this $10 million fine shit. These people are worth billions.
Yeah, they don't
give a fuck about $10 million. They're making that back in 2 games. Yeah. That's why I'm so conflicted with the situation, because it's like you could have not even made it to a vote. That at some point it's like the NBA needs. I understand these people are owners of these teams, but the NBA needs a way to get these people out of the ownership.
Then
position.
You would have to talk about like an entire shift in the power dynamic. It's not just a commissioner. The commissioner is employed by the owners.
Yeah, but these owners need to know that they're held accountable. This to me
incentivizes the owners to take accountability.
This isn't to me.
Nothing.
But this isn't to me an accountability league. This is I guess if our team's just gonna lose all our sponsorships and that anyways, I guess I'll sell the team. But he wasn't gonna sell the team.
Yeah, he only.
The NBA wasn't gonna make
of outside pressure. It's not because he feels bad.
They weren't gonna put it to a vote. I think the vote was the most important thing that we could have done in this, because not only does it shine the light on him, it shines a light on every other owner and what they're thinking about this situation, whether they're lying or not. If they're willing to protect one of their own, that means they believe in what he's speaking, and it's wrong.
Here's something that I've heard before, and it makes a lot of sense. Powerful men, every single one of them in America, that whenever you see like corporations rife with exploitation, typically when you do investigations at the top, you start to see why it is the way it is underneath. Anyways, but basically you can investigate any corporation and find some sort of you would see like bureaucratic problems essentially across the entire capitalistic structure of America's economy.
I mean, it's just he was just in the office thinking he could do and say what he wants. I mean, he's handing out pictures of his wife and shit, talking about she's giving him blowjobs. Like you arguing on, Draymond says it. Why can't why you can't fucking say it? And I'm not gonna get into what the words are. Everybody knows what it is, but it's a fucking day old argument. Like it's just. But
it's like it's definitely a dichotomy.
I don't like how forefront the social issues are with the players, and it's just not like it doesn't seem like it's rendering anywhere. Like, I mean, the NBA to me is the most progressive league, but we're still behind.
Yeah,
we're still behind in the issues that matter with it.
Yeah, but like, I mean, compare this case to what happened with Ime Udoka. I don't necessarily know.
I didn't want to comment on this until more stuff came out, but Matt Barnes, in the way that he was describing the situation, it just seems like we'll have more information on this next week. So if it isn't,
I don't really want to speculate, but I kind of get where Matt Barnes is coming from because he's had a personal situation like this.
But he's talking as like this is like he's talking as like this is like.
It's very damaging.
This will be league set. Like this will be a league setting precedent. Like this is something. There's something that happened here that is way more serious than we know. Because when it first came out, it was just being suspended for a year for a consensual relationship. That's in your bylaws. You're not allowed to do that. You don't.
Yeah.
You're not.
And that's what the Celtics decided.
Most places you work, the
Celtics decided at least a year because of.
But now
their guideline, their policies regarding relationships.
But now it's looking like he's not even going to be there.
I don't know.
Ever. He's done.
Like it's terrible. You think Brad Stevens comes out of the front office and coaches his team?
No, I think they like the assistants they have. Yeah. I think they'll probably stick with their assistants. They pushed Brad Stevens upstairs for a reason. Right. And I almost didn't want to talk about this, but I feel like we at least had to say something on it because like something is going to come out this week, and that'll be the smoking gun on why all of this is being perceived how it is. It'll be because there's something that we're not getting.
It's not as like egregious as like it's being reported on. Like it's not. And then there's Matt Barnes is like. The one voice is saying, yeah, this is actually way fucking worse than you can imagine. So,
because at first it came out it was a consensual relationship, which, as for most people and most people on Twitter, they're like, oh, that's fucking dumb that he's in trouble for that. Well, you're at work. You're not there. Yeah. You're not there to.
I get that perspective, but like
you're too big of a company.
Not every company, every policy, in every workplace is like that, though.
Yeah, but
how many people within the military find the person?
You're not allowed to do it in the military.
You're not. You're not supposed to.
You're not. It happens. You know why? Because it clouds your judgment.
It's subordination.
I don't want to be the person that constantly jumps back to fucking.
This is a subordination issue. It's taking advantage of your power. That's basically what they believe is what's happening here.
Well, that's not even necessarily it. I think it didn't get to the point to where the power was abused, but. It's the simple fact that you are higher up than her.
Because you had that position of power is why you're influencing people within your workplace to take advantage of a relationship with you. It's a conflict of interest. That's why it's there. But I just don't think it's important. But if it is something more egregious, which I don't want to speculate on, I'm not going to say or cast any aspersions on Udoka.
I mean, I'm not even 100%. I'm not even 100% against like the original ruling of like just I don't think that's a stupid rule to be like, oh, you're not allowed to date in the workplace, especially for situations like this where we're in the forefront of media. Like whatever that happens with our stuff is going to be talked about. Yeah. Like you can't take
the storylines can't be relationships you have. It has to be about the play on the court.
I don't think. Yeah.
So I guess that the distraction there, along with like, it's the narrative that's.
But that's just me. I don't think personally work is a place that you should be fine. If you find love there, that's great. But I don't think that's not what you should be going to work for.
Right.
Exactly. Like and you're high up, and not even the fact that we're not even talking about the fact that he has. Like he's married to Nia Long. Like he has a wife.
Yeah.
And there all those issues that go with it.
This is like there's more personal situations that get taken into account as well.
There's some, like I said, there's something.
It's rough.
There's a smoking gun that we don't know yet. That we will.
We probably will end up hearing something about this situation. That will shift our perspective on it, and then we'll know how we should feel about it. But just to wrap it up, I think the NBA season, despite this, I still think the Celtics are going to be okay. I think the Suns are going to become a way better organization because of that.
Do you think the Suns?
I still think they're one of the best teams in the West.
Well, yeah, but do you think the Suns went like they win it this year? I mean, I don't even like saying could because they could.
I don't know. I still don't know what's going to happen with the Lakers. I like the Clippers a lot.
Nobody gives a fuck about the
I
Lakers.
love the fucking
Give
Warriors.
up on the Lakers this year. It's over.
I still love the Warriors. I don't know if they'll repeat or I don't know if they'll make it back to the or to the finals, but
give up on the Lakers. It's over.
Give up on
them? At least for this year. I just don't think they're going to be able to do anything.
If they can get rid of Russ, which I don't know if that's...
That's the thing. I don't think they're going to get rid of Russ, and they're bitching this long about fucking a first-round pick being the discrepancy of getting Miles Turner and fucking Buddy Hield. They're not going to do it.
Yeah, I don't think that makes them that much better anyway, personally.
I mean,
I don't like
you get Russell Westbrook off the team. That alone makes
maybe this is the second. It takes a second year to get him acclimated, and
I mean, you keep signing point guards. I just don't get it. Why are you signing point guards?
I don't either.
You have point guards.
Yeah.
You've got Kendrick Nunn still. You've got all these people. You went and got Patrick Beverly, and then you go and get I don't know. They just don't make any sense to me. Yeah. And I can't stand the Lakers because I'm a Clippers fan. So
yeah, I get it. But that's been Totally Not Biased, episode 5. Next week we will have Cody and Brennan back. Hopefully, if they don't come back, then we're gonna fire them. But we're looking for different spots. Anyways, we should have a new location. We're gonna be shooting over at Brendan's new house. This has been our setup. We're currently in my house, but we're gonna be moving there so that we have a dedicated spot for basically just a studio where everything gets done, and that's where the sausage will be made. So moving forward, we won't be here. We'll have a new location. There will be plenty of decorations and everything.
It'll look a lot better.
But it's definitely going to be more. It's going to be a better situation for us overall.
Yeah.
So that's been Totally Not Biased. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.